Hello, YouTubers and all those who happen to watch. Hope you're all doing quite well. So, for the past year or so, it's just been not so good. 2020 has just been a very horrible year. Just for everybody, everything, just not so good. Now, you probably will say, hey, be Mr. Brightside, it's okay. And, at the end of the day, you just have to be strong as you can in this valid situation that's just terrible. And rather than me go emo on you, I'm just going to discuss just random things for this video and just kind of shoot the breeze, if you will. There's just been so much unfortunate things happening. So many, celebrities passing away. Many, many, many people we all know and love passing away in our own lives. And those people are just as important as anything in this, world it means to us. It's just been terrible. 2020 has really taught us a lot about human nature, about society as a whole. And, I'm not going to try to get too biblical because I'm not religious at all. So I'll save you 15 minutes there. But either way, I'm just, going to be saying it like this. All I can do is hope that 2021 is not worse or doesn't get worse from here. I'm not going to go into details of things because at the end of the day, I don't get into politics. I don't. I'm not the type of person that shoots the shit on people either way, too. I'm just not that kind of person like that. So instead, I'm going to do the thing I like to talk about, one of my favorite hobbies of all time, and that is video games. Yes, video games. Video games, if you wish to call it as such. First things first, I've been sitting back here this past year, just been really getting more into my Nintendo Switch, playing that quite a bit. I just recently got Animal Crossing New Horizons, and it's a great game. I love it to pieces. I've been a fan of the series ever since the GameCube. More so as really digging deep into the Wii side of it, and it's just from there been going on from that point. Obviously I skipped that board game one that came out, but other than that, I've just been playing the crap out of it. It's been great. It's freaking awesome. It's cool. Giant thumbs up and all that good stuff. So again, I got this as a gift from my girlfriend, and I thought it was great. Then the next game, of course, that came up was Paper Mario The Origami King. I've been playing this on stream on Twitch. Shameless plug for my own channel. I know, shock everywhere, jazz hands, everything. But I've been playing that quite a bit too, and it's been pretty fabulous. I have not played a Paper Mario probably in quite some time. I think since actually the 3DS, and even then I played a good chunk of that, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. From there, just been playing and covering so many games. That's why you've been seeing this very dry husk of a channel of just me just simply playing video games. You'd be like, some people probably weren't happy about that. They were just like, well, where's the personality behind this channel? It's just freaking gameplays, And I get it. I mean, it's just me archiving gameplay and, coverage of games. Stuff I would remotely play on Twitch and then put it on here. Going forward 2021, more of the same. I'm not going to act like I'm going to try to make some big return on YouTube from Twitch because I'm just enjoying playing on Twitch. It's, that live interaction with people. But Dan, you could do live stuff here on YouTube as well. That's fine, but there's some of the atmosphere in this place at the moment, too. It's been more, family-friendly. And it's, what I mean? So it's like you can't quite be yourself as be free-minded as you wanted to be. And that being said, I'm the type of person that just likes to, every once in a while cuss and swear and be a little vulgar and all that. At the same time, just, be myself. Just be able to talk what I want to say and do all that, but unfortunately the website itself has just been a little bit more lenient, which I can understand it. This is not me talking smack on reasons why they did this, because at the end of the day, what's popular is what's popular, and you just can't do much about it. You just gotta either go with the flow or just not dial in as much with it, which is respectably so. I kind of was like, okay, I'll just upload my video game clips and call it good here. With that said, of course, I've been enjoying quite a bit of Monster Sanctuary, which has popped up here for myself more recently. And I think this game is great. It's like a Metroidvania meets Pokemon if you haven't played it before, or even heard of it. It's pretty good. It has a good turn-based system whenever you engage in enemies and all that. It's a good game. Really good. So far, I've spent probably 5 hours and some change on it, but hey, I think it's pretty good so far. I'm going to keep playing it. And I haven't played a Pokemon game probably in years, really. Ever since I got Pearl from a fellow YouTuber here. And it just, you know what I mean? I just haven't been playing Pokemon games for a good long while. I think it's because I just been getting drawn out from them because there's so many Pokemon that come out in these games. It's just like, oh, Jesus. You know, so you kind of get over it over time. You're just like, I'm not going to, want to play Pokemon as much anymore. I'll leave it to the youngsters to try to collect them all. I'm just going to play games that are similar to it and get the job done. There's not as many Pokemon or monsters to worry about, so I'm cool with that. Plus, anyway, I was a little bit more of a fan of Dragon Quest monsters anyway, or Dragon Warrior monsters on the Game Boy, what have you. But past that point, I've, have been doing a lot with myself over the years as well. I've also part of the stream team for GOG.com, and it's been cool. I've been enjoying doing that as well. I've been covering quite a bit of classic games from the sales, that are games that are related to the website itself only, and, overall just playing games, just having fun, talking to community over there. And I'm not trying to say, hey, everyone, come over here and hang out with me, but, I'm just enjoying myself, and I think that's what's important. I've said this since the day I've began to do collection videos here on YouTube, even going over to Twitch to kind of do more live interactions. And it's just I've been enjoying myself because of the people I meet along the way. Whether they come and go, that's just how it is sometimes, but at the same time, I've just been enjoying myself. And I think that's the most important thing with gaming, sharing your hobby with those around you who like the similar interests you do via video games, or movies, or music, or whatever you want. But ever since then, there's been a lot of, changes with things, the DMCA strikes and all of that. It's just been an interesting shift in the collective we like to call online communications of one another. I remember when I used to be able to record a video and just do whatever. I mean, I understand, too, intellectual properties and all that. I'm not going to argue that fact whatsoever because I get it. People make music to listen to. They've worked their asses off to make that music so people can buy it and listen to it. Or movies, the people to sit down and watch it and listen to it and absorb it and, telegraph why they dislike it, think it's a pile of garbage. I think it's a wonderful pile of garbage. Either which way, it's like, I get it. I'm not going to argue that fact. With video games, it's sort of like they kind of took the principles of making this an interactive movie for most modern games. Modern-er, is that such a word? We'll add it in the dictionary eventually. People keep using it so much, and it'll be like one of those Webster Dictionary things. You're like, what the fuck is a tuba pie? What? And you just won't understand it, and I won't either. It'll be all good. But, either way, I just kind of look at games that are a form of art, absolutely, but at the same time I look at games and things we just simply sit down and play. When a game becomes too much like a canvas, becomes too much like a Mona Lisa or a, placard of clay and sculpture and shape, that's when the play and when the actual fun from the game, I think, gets pushed way too far, too. A game can look stunning and gorgeous in shape, some sort of silhouette of art. As most people will argue, the games are art that we know of from yesteryear until today. But at the same time, when we can't share our opinions of those said games, when those games become too much more about who owns what versus how much fun those people are actually having and how much they describe it in a form of canvas via video or audio or whatever else, and they show little examples, but then they get punished for that, that's when it becomes silly to me. But at the same time, I get it. There's third-party assets within those games, like music and, third-party assets via video, CGI, and all that. I get it. Sometimes these video game companies don't quite have the assets to do these things or certain things, so they hire third parties or they purchase third-party music to put into their game, and then they eventually will have those third parties who are protecting their own assets saying, yeah, no, F you. That's mine, you pay, or I'm just simply taking money off your video. Again, I know the science behind it, I get it. But at the same time, on Twitch, it's worser, I think, on there than it is on YouTube when it comes to it. Yes, your video or stream highlight might get muted. Yes, your video might get muted, or not at all. No, just simply take some money off the top from your video because for like a nanosecond of a clip of some lady moaning from some music video that probably doesn't even exist because it just accidentally tagged your video, and you're sitting there going, well, what the hell is this? But either way, I digress. I gotta say, overall, I still have fun playing games. Even games like Cyberpunk 2077. There, I said it. Fight me in the street. It'll be piss and rain. We'll just be like, wrist our fists up and just go for it. Fisticuff. Pugilist style. We got this. But either which way, I digress even further. Further as I can go from the digressing pendulum. Pendulum? What? Pendulum. Pendulum? I can't say words anymore. Pendulum swings. Pendulum. I can't even say it. Peach impediment. It's awesome. Try it sometime. It's fabulous. It's great. But don't worry. I'm going to leave this all in here so you can make fun of me. It's good. It's alright. Anyway. Any which way, any which who. Games such as Cyberpunk 2077 are fantastic titles. I think they're great games because of how much people talk about them, whether they dislike them, whether they love them. For me, I played the game myself, and I think the stories are amazing. Past all little jankiness here and there, some of the production unfortunately didn't get quite smoothed out before launch, which granted I'm playing it on PC, so I don't quite see it as bad as other platforms unfortunately got hit with it. That PS4 and Xbox One. I feel bad for those folks who really look forward to those games, or that game rather. Games, what? Was it like Pokemon here? But no, game that unfortunately did not get optimized very well at all on those platforms. And even the developers even warned those people who bought the game ain't working. Heads up. People are like, okay! And they still reserved it anyway. They bought it, they popped it in their tray and went, what the fuck is this? And then everyone's looking at them going, you have a right to be mad. I mean, they do. I mean, they look forward to something, they had a shitty year, and this is what they got. That's why they're angry. It has to be. But either which way, hopefully the game gets optimized. It gets a lot better for those platforms if possible. I mean, we had Witcher 3 on the Switch, and it ran pretty good for anything, intents and purposes, but that's a last generation game for a lot of people, even though I still consider The Witcher 3 a new generation game to me. I've played the game a million trillion times. I think it's, great, but at the same time, yada yada yada, Yankee Spanky, whatever. But when I look at the Cyberpunk 2077 fiasco, I look at it like this. Hopefully they can fix it, make it better, and given with this time they're going to be dealing with a lot of the negative publicity, they can turn something good with it. Make people change their minds, make people go, okay, we weren't wrong in the beginning about this, the stuff they said about us, it's gray area for me. I kind of go, yeah, they should have had more time with the game is what I could generally say about it. I can't say anything else other than the game needed more time to cook. Execs should have just kind of held to their guns and kept the game being produced, regardless of people's demands for it just to come out. They should have just been kept on cooking just a little bit more, and if the game absolutely could not be made perfect for those other platforms, shouldn't have just not released it and said, hey, we're sorry, here's your money back for those who pre-ordered the game. Get a PC or something, get the new generation consoles, get the Pro or the X of the Xbox One X and all that, and just enjoy the game that way. We're sorry, RB, and just bounce out of there. But unfortunately, and instead of even PC games having some similar issues, some glitches, it's like, this is unacceptable. But then I play games like GTA 5 and had the same kind of similar issues on that game. Playing it on the PC or playing it on the PS3. Games like, fill in the blank here, which had glitchy issues along the way as well. Even all the great games we all loved. Games like Demon Souls, Bloodborne, whatever, all had the little bugs and glitches here and there that were either funny and just whimsical, or just kind of like, what the hell is this? But either way, everyone has the right to be mad about the said Cyberpunk 2077 thing, 2077. I'm adding extra digits to that. Why not? They should have been released around that time anyway. But anyway, I still think the game's fun, I enjoy it, but for those who disliked it, I respect your opinion about the game too. It's all good. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a like. As always, take care everyone, and see you later.